All right. So I'm glad to see not just our cohort 1 folks, but some cohort 2 and even Spokane, who has not even started yet. Because hopefully some of the discussion and what I can show you today will be helpful for those of you who are right now implementing the Primo coding, and will also help those of you who have it down the road in kind of knowing what decisions you need to make. So I am going to share my screen and some links and kind of get going from that. So the code for Primo integration of LibKey is available on the technical documentation site from Third Iron. As you can see here, there are 5 different options, and one of the things that I just want to briefly go over with everybody is what those differences are. Then Green River has option 1 in their test view, and then I just put option 4 in Bellingham's so we can compare what those two look like, because they're kind of like either end of the spectrum ish on what is how it's set up. So first off, option 1 is the standard one. And what you'll see for each of these is these very kind of short answer of what that configuration means. But it might not make a ton of sense until you see it. So when it says best format or all formats, the configurations that say best format presented, which is number 1, number 3, and number 5, that will kind of minimize duplicate links to material and only offer the download PDF if that's what is available, as opposed to download PDF and like the view online, go to the HTML version. So that's kind of that section. So if you want to make sure that both of those options are always available, you might want to click a different one. The link to view complete issue is the one that goes into browsing and allows the user to see the article within the journal issue, sees the journal, all of that. And all of them have that in the configuration. If for some reason you found that it was too confusing or it wasn't working reliably or something, we would need to talk to Third Iron to basically turn off that configuration for you. Minimizing duplicate links is an option for, I think it's the first 3 are set to kind of minimize. And then number 4 is the one where you'll get the most links, because that's the one where it's not minimizing duplicate links. And the reason for that is really kind of the 4th and 5th. So there's 4 different, and this is very confusing, so I'm sorry because I'm not really describing this great. So you've got the PDF, you've got the view online. You can also end up with your own library link resolver if something isn't working with LibKey, and you might end up with like an unpaywall link depending on how your configuration in your Primo with unpaywall is set up. So minimizing duplicate links could, if you have all of that, if you have unpaywall set up, could really help. But for most of you, I don't think it makes a tremendous difference. We will take a look and see how much of a difference it makes. So showing the link resolver if LibKey link is available. So this means that the view online link will actually go through your library's link resolver. Whereas in option 2, and Jennifer and I were kind of trying to figure this out, the link resolver through your like proxy and everything else wouldn't show up. It would just be the LibKey one that if they needed a proxy would still end up going to proxy. And so with number 4 compared to number 1, you've got best format versus all formats. All of them include the browsing. You've got minimize duplicate links versus do not minimize duplicate links. Both should show the link resolver if the LibKey link is available, although option 2 is the one that shows no of that. And then for displaying the non-version of record option, number 3 is the only one that would not show the non-version of record option. So the difference between option 1 and option 4 is the all formats and the minimize duplicate links descriptions. So, and it is a little Tetrisy to try to figure out how to upload and test all of these different ones. So, I'll kind of just start. Let me make sure I've got chat up in case someone has a question. So I'll just start by showing you the different views here that Bellingham has. And what I did was I went to the regular view and edit view, manage customization package, and I downloaded the current view customization package because I can't remember what I was messing with in the test one and I didn't want to like be wonky. I wanted to just test LibKey on what it would look like. I then ended up with basically a package that said 01 statewide underscore BTC dash Bellingham. I extracted that and got a folder, which I then renamed testing because that's where I'm going to be wanting to upload it. I opened this up. From here, you should have the 4 folders. I opened up the JavaScript folder and the custom file. I have Visual Studio Code as my default for opening JavaScript files. And so that is why it opened so nicely for me. So you can see I've already pasted in option 4. So we've got the function, the Angular, and then we've got, I went ahead and I put it under libchat because the libchat code is so much more finicky than any other code I know. That I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep that one up at the top. So I put it below libchat, although in Green Rivers we put it right under the Angular module one and it was fine. And oh, this is why it's not working. I didn't put in any of the codes. Cool. So anyway, these are the lines that you will need to put in your information. So this and then this, and let me just pull, and of course I closed it. Well, hold on. So if anyone is missing their email with their LibKey stuff. Okay, so then you put your API key in and you change this email down here to an email address associated with your unpaywall for any kind of support that you've got going on. I'm not going to worry about it for this one. So we've got option number 4 in here, and we have put in Bellingham's library ID and their API key. I have saved this. I'm going to close this. So this is now in this testing. I'm going to get rid of this one. And what you want to make sure that you do is that you only have one layer of this folder. So when you click on your view folder, it shouldn't open up to another single folder that has the same name. It should open up to these 4. So when you've got it there and you've saved the JavaScript, then you can zip this and it shows up just in the folder where the unzipped version is. So now we have this zipped testing version, and we're going to go to the testing version of Vue here. Go to Edit, Manage Customization Package, and we're going to choose that zipped one. And if I chose one of these that has that different name, or, like accidentally chose a different institutions, or I chose one that was still named after the live environment, it wouldn't work. It just errors. So I attach that. You then have to click upload. You'll get the successful upload message. Again, if that file name's wrong, that's where it'll pop up as red. Then you have to click save, and that will deploy the customization package. So now we go back, we know we saved, and we're going to go to Vue, and we'll do my standard search, and we're going to limit by open access and articles so that we can see the results. And you can see you've got the link resolver in green because that is the default. Green is the default CSS. So you've got quick links from Alma in green. You've got the HTML from Alma in green. You have the link resolver from Alma in green. You also have download PDF in blue from LibKey, read article in blue from LibKey, and view issue contents in blue from LibKey. So if you want to compare straight up how LibKey, quick links, link resolver are all going to work, if you do option 4, you're going to get all of them and you can test them yourself. And be like, okay, well, I want these to stay green, or I want the logo to be a little different. And then you kind of know exactly.
Wait, which option did you do just here? You said 4.
This was option 4.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. So obviously this is hideous and confusing for a user. So I wouldn't we don't want to do this one in production without doing some additional customization of our own, which there's no need to because they've given you all these other options. But I do like this one for viewing all of the different things. So we've got this open access article. This is the Alma provided quick links. It goes to the proxy, as does the read online. This one, goes straight to the article.
Harley,
Yes.
is it requiring authentication because is it also available in one of our databases? Because it says open access.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that is the frustrating thing, right? Like that's why I really pushed for LibKey and why Amy and Abby were so excited when they met with the LibKey guys at Eluna, because we've had these links if you had them activated in Discovery and you would want them to work, but unless a user clicks into the record using the title or this available online and then go through all the and then finds this full text availability of open access version via unpaywall, they don't get to the article. So anyway, but this is how you can kind of be like, oh yes, LibKey does a thing that is cool and special. So now I'm going to go ahead and log out of Bellingham just so that I can log into Green River, because Jennifer got option 1 into their test view this morning, and you can see what option 1 looks like. So HL test, go to view. Same search. I think Green River has more content, but it'll. Okay, so here's that same article, and with option 1, we're getting the Alma link resolver. So the view online goes into the proxy page. But if we go to view PDF, it goes straight to the PDF. And then view issue contents. And we've got this. And again, if we go to the link through issue contents, it's going to show us the HTML, but the link resolver is still going through Alma, so it's still looking at the proxy requirement of ProQuest. Yeah, I don't know why your LibKey link text is black, Amy, but we could take a look at what CSS might be affecting that.
Well, I wonder if I did it differently. Like I did it in Studio, and I'm wondering that shouldn't make a difference unless I have an extra layer of folders or something, but I still don't see how that would make it have black.
Maybe something in Studio like defaulted and added styling.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just try it all again like you did here and start over.
I mean, it's fun to play with Studio, but this one did, like, this produced exactly what the demo showed us, with their links being blue and Alma's being yellow. So what I do have already prepped, if anyone would like to see, is we could, in Bellingham, if you don't mind, Tracy, I'll fix it later to whichever one you want, but we could do option 2, to not show the link resolver if the LibKey link is available, so that you guys can see what that looks like. Or we could look at option 5, which would take out it would give us best format, and it would not show the link resolver. It would just show the LibKey stuff.
I have a question about those options where it doesn't show the Alma link resolver. Is that, as I have option 1 activated, but there are some instances where that is the only thing that it shows. Like there just isn't a LibKey presented option. So the available online is the only link that it gives me. If you do 2 or 5 here, would it still show that if there is no LibKey option?
Yeah.
It doesn't just never show it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone have like a preference on like seeing 2 or 5?
Are they the same except one just has more links?
2 has all formats and not showing link resolver. 5 has best format and not showing link resolver.
Is 5 the one that would show the fewest options versus the one that you showed us, versus 4, which had the most options? I'd kind of like the extremes, since you already showed us 4. It might be nice to see what the most pared down option is.
Yeah. Okay. So so that's here. I'm going to delete this so I don't confuse things. I'm going to make sure that I don't have a double layer of folders. I'm going to name this 4 again so that I know which one it is and nothing ends up with duplicated names. So we're looking at 5. And we're going to make sure that I put in the code in the API. I didn't. Save that. All right, and I'll close these. And we'll close that. All right, so now we're going, I'm gonna not do it in Green River because Jennifer's doing her option 1's test. Okay, so Bellingham. Testing, edit. Oh, ha! Didn't send it yet. Okay, it was saved. Now I will send it to compressed. It has the right name. All right, it uploaded. We've saved it. It says it's just deployed. And now we will go to this view. So now you see that because the download PDF and the view issue contents is available on this article, we're not getting the link resolver link from Alma. But if we scroll down, so you see like, okay, that's less.
I think if you take away the open access, oh, there's one there.
Yeah. So this one, if we click into this, so it's via paywall, it's also via PubMed. If I click on the paywall one, I get it because I have gone through and done this search already 5 times. Sorry, I've just messed up your usage and analytics. So we get it. But if I do this, I'm probably going to get to, okay, well, because it's PubMed Central. But obviously,
but that's weird because the PubMed Central does have a PDF in the upper right-hand corner.
But PubMed Central, as well as ProQuest, because their PDFs are like embedded in a pop-up window, LibKey can't pull them to download in
Okay.
the same way.
Okay, good. That was a question
Oh,
I
I
had.
was wondering why all these ones for ProQuest were showing the Alma link resolver instead.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
asked Bridget about it, and she said, you know, like, we're in discussions with ProQuest to try and like figure out the coding to make it work, but they're just not like moving very fast. But so like you see how pared down and clean it becomes. However, I believe one of the reasons that option 5 is not necessarily like the quote unquote preferred one, by Melinda, is because sometimes as a librarian, you want to be able to like go see like where Alma is pulling that access from. And I mean, like, you can do it by clicking on the title too. But we're kind of just used to having that online access link now, especially in Primo V. So you know, maybe it's an opportunity to get people used to clicking into the record, or only having, because if you've got the online access link resolver link here, it literally just redirects you down here.
So I have a question about this. We have direct linking set up. And so when we click on the available online link, it takes you to the first one in the list automatically. It doesn't, you know, we'd have to click on the title to get this list, the view online list. We have our available online to would go straight to whichever one is the first one on the list. Is there like a reason we would turn that back off, or is it, I don't.
So the Primo quick links, if you have them activated,
We had the quick links deactivated, but direct linking activated.
oh, right. So LibKey says they are like vendor neutral. So if your first thing on the list is a less reliable link and your direct linking isn't, you know, reliably taking users to the content, then, you know, like, 'cause sometimes PubMed isn't very good at that. Using the LibKey ones, they use the DOI to look at basically all of the sources and like which one is the most
Right.
reliable.
No, I
And that's,
understand that.
well, and it's usually on the publisher's
But
website.
I guess I'm asking, is there a reason, should I turn off direct linking or not? Like, it hasn't been problematic for us, but
I think though, if you turn it off though, I mean, it's my understanding, and Carly, correct me if I'm wrong, that direct linking affects not just journals, but books and videos. So for example, if we turned off direct linking, you wouldn't have direct linking for books and videos.
oh,
and it won't get
okay.
duplicated with the journal articles, because the coding for the LibKey links will like take precedent unless LibKey can't make the link.
Right.
So I would leave it on.
Okay.
Yeah, yes. There's so many different things with such similar names these days. Thank you, Jennifer, for jumping in. So yeah, so this is option 5 that takes out the Alma link resolver and limits to PDF only if PDF is available, which you can see for almost all of these was. This one had the HTML. Even the, oh, fascinating. It's always kind of interesting to, I think And it's so funny because this is in Cochrane Library and so is this. But this one we did available online and we used the link resolver and it went to unpaywall. This one, it looks like LibKey was like, oh yeah, we've got a DOI and tried to link through. But for some reason wasn't able to. And yet if we go to the record, you can still access it through unpaywall. So this is an example of where losing the Alma link resolver requires a user to go into the full record to get to the free version.
They had said, go.
Oh, sorry. Carly, is it possible to get a link to this test view so that I could show our librarians different options?
Oh, the difference? Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Tracy, are you cool if we leave option 5 on here for a bit?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, let me. Okay, so here is option 5.
Thank you.
And then Jennifer, do you mind sharing your test view so folks can see option 1, or
Yeah.
Amy, since you've got it too?
I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, because I think that that really kind of illustrates the spectrum. You know, it's interesting. In both environments today, Elena just asked about duplicate articles. I have not been seeing duplicate articles in Green River or Bellingham. Yeah, and I feel like it was more of a problem at Bellingham before, which so it was kind of cool to see it look cleaner. And I think too, like the other thing we're not even talking about is like now you've got all these images here, which just help so much for me when I'm scrolling as like a visual marker of like how far down the page did I go because these all look identical. Well, Elena, let's take maybe we need to just meet and go over and see what might be going on.
I think so. I think I have something wrong. I don't know if it's because I turned off the quick links thing and I was hoping that would help. And I never had duplicate articles like this before. And it's specifically after I set up the stuff with LibKey. And it's absolutely insane. And I literally have got something going haywire from my end.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, and we could take a look, and I can definitely also reach out to Bridget and Courtney. Bridget's on her way to Skelk conference, so it might take a day.
Yeah,
Kirsty says there's some Knowledge Day stuff that might help.
I scheduled an appointment, I think with Bridget, but she can't meet with me until like next week, and I kind of would really like to fix it because it just keeps on coming up, and it's just really annoying.
Do you have it in test view or live?
I have it live.
Cool. Let's go take a look.
Because that's how I do.
You find problems way faster.
I'm trying to think of what it was I did, the search that I did. I think the search I did was, just do a search for dogs. And that's the one example that I had that it was like one article, like literally showed up like 5 times and I could not figure out why.
And that would be the article. Prairie Schooner.
The Prairie Schooner, yes. But look at that. It's insane. That wasn't happening before. So I do not know what I did.
Okay, let's take a look. See. So it's JSTOR. The permalink is coming from CDI. Okay, that was the first one. This permalink
They're all
is coming
JSTOR.
from Gale.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, now that says Gale, but down below it, the link says JSTOR.
Yeah. This is a trick that Kirsty taught me. Uh,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look.
I have a bunch of those
Look,
too in my
Gail
test
sent
view.
bad metadata to people.
yeah, like a ton of it. Because this is another in context, but it's a different in context.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So
Oh, so for each like Gale
and there's
sub-database
info
you have.
track. Yep. So this to me appears to be a Gale problem.
Oh, mercy.
Because
Okay.
here is another Gale. And it's probably suddenly a problem with LibKey because Gale has sent the DOI 12 times.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Do you have all of your Gale databases activated? I think I only did a few of them. So I'm only seeing like 4 duplicates versus your 12 or whatever.
Oh no, I decided to activate all of them.
BTC, we activated all of them as well.
Let's go to yours.
I
Uh,
got rid of the Gale
two.
in context products, and I'm using local electronic collections database type collections for those now. Because the Gale metadata is just so bad.
Okay, so Bellingham has the Holland Critic 4 times. And there it is, the Prairie Schooner. Okay, and then if we go in here, so
No, it's just choosing to send it a bazillion times.
yeah,
I'm seeing the same thing actually. I said I only had it 4, but now I'm seeing that it's actually as
a
many as you
million. Yeah, this feels like a reaching out to Gale kind of question.
And can the Ex Libris CDI team dedupe some of these in the CDI?
Maybe. Where's that? I'm like, okay, this was, okay, let me, okay, dogs. Oh, it's not going to be collection. Okay, let it think and fail for a second. Okay. A lady's life in the Rocky Mountains. Sorry, that was my thesis, my first one. Okay. Where's this coming from? Did I spell it right? I guess is the other problem. Yeah. And these are all EBSCO. Okay. So there it is from JSTOR. And okay, so it is finally showing up. And yep, in context college, in context Canada, middle school, Gale academic, ASAP, one file popular, one file high school, academic one file. Yeah, so they are. Okay, so we've got J2 is 2159. And then so you might,
Do you just
Elena,
deactivate Gale?
want to, well, you might want to deactivate it for CDI.
Okay.
That may not help because I just did I've got as much CDI deactivated for Gale as I can.
And you still have.
I've got 14 results if I search for dogs and prairie schooner, but I had to search for dogs and prairie schooner if I just searched for dogs.
It at least wasn't until later.
Yes.
Well, and Elena, I'm not even seeing anything but ebooks and virtual reference library activated in the institution zone.
Well, I don't think I did it. Oh, did I do it from the community zone? I can't even remember. It's been so long ago, and I activated some and deactivated. I thought I deactivated others, and I can't remember what I did now.
Well, it looked like, yeah, you don't even have, what is it, academic one file? Let's see if it.
Because I remember there were some problems when we first did the Gale activations.
Yeah, and then we met with their academic support team, and I think it was when you were still on sabbatical, and they told us that to maximize discoverability but not have to activate 25 different things, that there were basically a handful of collections, and we've got the list somewhere, that you could activate, and except for a few pieces of content in some of the niche databases, you'd be getting mostly everything.
Right. I remember that. And now I can't remember. I don't know if I ever went in and activated what I did activate. I wonder if I did
yeah,
it
I'm
from
not.
the community zone.
Let's see what.
I don't recall that, and I would love that list because I just have like
A
the
million
Gale.
activated.
Yeah, well,
some, but
I have some.
yeah, it was literally only like, she was like, yeah, you can do these 3 and that'll get
I have like
most of it.
6 of them activated, so I'd be interested in that again.
Yeah, Elena, it's not looking like.
I know. I like. I don't think I.
So why is it pulling them all in?
That's really a mystery.
Because it's.
Because I would have had to have done it from here to activate in the CDI, right? It wouldn't be active
Yeah,
in the
you would have
CDI
had
and
to
not show
like
up here.
click activate.
Yeah.
And yeah, and none of them are.
I
Right.
think like when you're doing an everything search, I think what's going on is Primo will just automatically search the whole entire CDI and we can't control it.
Oh dear.
So if Gail
Did I-
has sent a lot of bad metadata to Ex Libris for the CDI database, then we're going to get all the Gale links, whether we want to.
So let's look at your search profiles. And so your filter by availability. In full. And this, maybe that
What was that?
was the search in full text.
Right.
And you've got it set to no and end user selection. Can anyone remember the difference between search in full text yes and search in full text no? The other thing is, you can exclude CDI ebooks. This dogs is coming from a journal.
I want to say the search in full text, yes, no. I seem to remember that had something to do with how many duplicate articles would show up. And I thought I finally figured that part out, and now all of a sudden,
Okay. Kirsty found the Gale conversation and academic one file and general one file, which cover almost everything. The only other ones that have unique content are looks like there's about 10. So you could decide based on your college's programs. I know that the contemporary women's issues content that's unique is a minuscule amount, as is hospitality and tourism. But like if you're like, oh, we have a really good computer science program and you want to try to activate that one. But okay. All right. So no means do not search the full text in CDI records and provide the slider. Yeah, well, yes, I know that. If searches are extended to full text, records in which the same search terms are found only in full text are ranked lower than those in which search terms are found in the metadata. So potentially that takes duplicates and maybe shoves them lower if you say yes to wait. No, you've got it in set for no. So it should shove. No, I don't know.
I think I had it set no one and yes and the other, and I couldn't tell you why.
They're both set to no.
Are they both set to no? Okay.
Mm-hmm. But this, that it definitely seems like a Gale issue, but I wonder if you could report the record to Alma. Oh, and I did the wrong. Yeah, I'm wondering if you could just report to Ex Libris and be like, hey, these are showing up 6 million times.
Okay.
Because it looks like they've, yeah, I don't know. But that is super annoying. Okay, where are we at? So we've got the link to Bellingham's test Primo environment showing option number 5. And then the Green River link is here, and this shows option 1. So you can kind of test those out. Bridget did say that like this phase of implementation is when we tend to see weird outliers on things, or issues with CDI become a lot more visible. So keep sending her issues, send me issues simultaneously if you want, and then we'll have, especially since she's at Skelk this week and I'm at ERL next week, that way we're both kind of working on it when we're available to do so. And I will make sure that this recording gets up on YouTube. We've got some other recordings that need to get up on YouTube, like the Google Scholar publishing profile one. So I've got a little YouTube work to do. But any other LibKey implementation questions for the good of the order? Since we're at 5 till.
I have a question. Actually, let me put something in the chat here. Just so I think I understand. Oops, what's going on? Okay, so this is a permalink from our test view. And when you open that up at the top, there are the 2 view onlines, right? The green view online goes to our link resolver. Now, when you click the blue view online, though, it goes back to ProQuest. So is that a case where LibKey is attempting to find the PDF? It fails finding an actual PDF format, and so then it defaults back to an HTML format?
So you're saying if you click on the blue view online, what's the behavior you're getting?
I'm seeing that it goes to ProQuest. I'm not sure on your.
Well, so it's sending me to your easy proxy.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. So yeah. So it's sending. So same thing. I can just get in because I can see it, right? So in that case, that view online is coming from LibKey. It tried to find a PDF. It failed to do so. So it fell back onto our link resolver. Is that the behavior that's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's duplicating because you've got option 1 where it's still showing your right. And I think this is primarily going to be an issue for ProQuest.
Okay.
Because they don't have the PDF thing set up. But if something comes from more than just ProQuest, you might get the download PDF.
Okay, thank you.
And of course, I clicked on that and didn't share my screen. So, but I'm going to share my screen briefly just so that we've got it in the. So this was the link this blue view online goes basically to Easy Proxy, as does this link resolver from Alma, because ProQuest doesn't have the PDF linking because of their pop-up window stuff. If this article was available as a PDF from a different vendor, it would say download PDF and you'd in blue, and you'd have view online in green.
Can you remind? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I wonder if somewhere in the JavaScript, you know, I changed the wording, right? I changed the green view online because I wanted it to say that. I wonder if in the JavaScript, normally if it was a PDF, I said view PDF, right? But in this case, the blue is the LibKey. But I wonder if there's somewhere in the JavaScript where I could change that wording, right? So like maybe view HTML, because obviously it's not going to the PDF. So do you think there's a place in the JavaScript to change that?
Yeah, so it should be, so if you get a view online from LibKey, if you go to, so here it is. So if you change, I think you changed it from read article to view online. So if you said like view HTML, then the LibKey.
That would change it universally, though. I was trying to get at the fact. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
right. I wanted to always say view online, but in this one case where it hit the ProQuest problem, it would say something like view HTML to try to differentiate it between view online, view PDF, and view HTML. But it looks like it's universal, huh?
Well, there could be a way to do some like ordered, like if X then X. I was looking on the developer network, I think it was, or maybe it was the Primo listserv, but someone was talking about some customization that they did in their LibKey coding because they had quick links, or maybe it was direct links. They had something else working as well, and they wanted to be able to differentiate if one was superseding the other, but otherwise, you know, like kind of keep it consistent. At least that was what I understood from what I skimmed. So I think it's possible. I can try and find that conversation again, so we might know like how to ask Bridget for that kind of customization help.
Oh, that'd be helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll see if because it keeps coming up. Like I keep being like, oh yeah, I saw that conversation. And it was someone at a big school whose, you know, job is Primo coding. So of course they made a, you know, a further customization. Okay. Yeah, I think another kind of good thing to explore. I think, you know, though 98% of the time, if you know your reason for choosing the option you choose and then can explain it to your librarians and users, I mean, we're good at finding the weird exceptions that are going to behave oddly, but most of the time users aren't finding those. So at least we hope. So we will have another LibKey kind of follow up with everyone in a couple of weeks on March 12th. Next week I am at ERL, so we do not have any meetings. And tomorrow I'll just be taking a look at our Alma open tickets. So if you have open tickets that you want to, you know, say, hey, this needs to be escalated, they're ignoring me, please join us. Or if you're just interested in what's kind of going on, I have an open ticket with them right now just to get admin access to our sandbox. So, yeah. And in the meantime, any LibKey questions, feel free to email Bridget and I. So whichever of us is available first can start getting you some answers.